So the previous week on Friday, Hanger did another album drop, including newest Esoterium, which will be the next review, by the way. But this time I would like to talk about something a little different, as I'm convinced that some people would shrug this release off, basically. And obviously, hi there, I'm Anthony, and we are gonna talk about Paulus Underworld. Generally, Hanger, so one of my favorite labels, by the way, releases non-metal stuff from time to time. For example, neoclassical project Goldcraft, whose one album was being reviewed on the channel. Polish witch house project Vengeur, run by my pal. Le Chant du Hasard, so French operatic neoclassical. And Yarrow, for example, which is psychedelic rock. Generally, Hanger is a label for widely considered avant-garde music, or for everything what is not typical, not to mention Neptunian maximalism, but I have never seen a neofolk project on Hanger's side before. And this is what exactly Paulus plays. But I would say it's not such normal neofolk like Ozzy and the Jupiter or Of the One and the Moon, which are also great projects, by the way, as Paulus reminds me of many more things than two projects mentioned before. Especially of Carlos Viola's soundtracks for Blasphemous series. The acoustic guitars sound pretty similar and they give similar atmosphere as well. But in opposite to Blasphemous soundtrack, this album is full of vocals. And obviously I mean clean vocals, as you won't probably hear growls even in avant-garde neofolk release. And the second aspect I have to discuss is the art cover. And it's another time when the art cover made me so interested to listen to the release. It is just a great painting. If I do a contest for best art covers of 2024, then it will be on this list for sure. And now let's talk about the album. And this time I decided not to analyze the whole album from beginning to the end, as lots of vibes are being repeated on every track actually. I'll put those ones I was especially interested in. But the first track from this album is on this list. I say that it's gonna be an intro for some black metal shredding. But here acoustic guitars, some tambourines probably, and clean vocals form into a great ballad. That track, on the other hand, reminded me of Blasphemous. Fast acoustic guitars like on Crowns of Towers in the second part of the game. This track, in my opinion, has huge vibe of ancient Greece. This time guitars remind me a little of lyres indeed. And by the way, art cover of this album reminds me of Prometheus One album's art cover. They are also signed to Hanger, but it's experimental black and death metal. And the next track has the most melancholic vocals on the whole album. And the next track sounds a little like Winter Carol, I would say. Just hear some of the sound effects here. And I guess we'll stop here. It was half of the album, but obviously I'm encouraging you all to listen to the whole one. It was half of the album, but obviously I'm encouraging you all to listen to the whole one, as it's one of those enjoyable things that are definitely not cheesy, but we all love cheesiness in some releases, I guess. Anyway, huge thanks for watching this video. Obviously I'm encouraging to subscribe this channel and to like this video. It motivates me to further work. And see you soon in my next creations, so probably newest Esotericum's review.